watch that game and it's just like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Will we ever see a performance like that again? Like, will anyone ever come that close? Like, how will it go? Like, it's just Kobe was on an entirely different level, and it was transparent. Like, you could see that, and I don't think we'll ever really have that sort of player. You know how people say you get generational players?
Yeah.
You know, you get the LeBrons, you get the Melos, the Wades, the Kobes, but like Kobe as a whole is really a lifetime player. I think like you're not gonna get the wholesome basketball player on and off the court.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get the mentor during and after his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just so connected to that game in all the right ways, and more so than anyone prior than him.
Yeah.
Or anyone during or anyone after, for that matter. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
That's why he's the greatest player of all time.
You don't get us worked up right now, man. It's just.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's one of those things where, like you were saying, like we don't get to see those different levels of Kobe after he plays, because like we see like a Magic, or a Bill Russell, or just like some of the greats of the game, seeing them sitting courtside, seeing them,
kind of like fade into this like.
Because even some of them are coaches now. Like, you think of like all the people that people idolize. Like Patrick Ewing is a coach.
Right.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is a coach.
Yeah.
You have Shaq doing, pre-games.
Being a cop.
Yeah, being a cop, basically. and
being a cop.
And doing all these things with players and stuff like that, and seeing them, seeing the new generation be able to work out with them, like even having Jason Tatum work out with Kobe, and hearing all the players that want to work out with Kobe, and then finding out that Kobe is a fucking animal when it comes to working out, and they can't hang, or they weren't expecting that, and so you have so many. We don't get to see that. We don't get to see Kobe old courtside people, and people that are in middle school right now, when they become pros, being able to walk up and shake his hand while he's sitting on the sideline, withering away, sort of say, but still being, having that kind of stature and bringing that kind of electricity to the building, because he does it now. When he walks into, Staples Center, when he walks into Madison Square Garden, he still gets that same, oh shit, it's Kobe. But now we don't get to see that in a long term, because we've seen it recently, but now it's kind of just like, oh wow, it's dope to see Kobe sideline, then gone.
It's eventually gonna fade away. Then
man,
it's just gonna be the legend.
It was such a surreal moment. Like, I think for me, it made you reflect on life.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, one day Kobe in Philly with LeBron and Lakers. Like just the fact that the last game they were at was in Philly. You know what I mean? Like, just the fact that. That's how where the universe put them, in Philadelphia with the Lakers, with the 76ers, and they had all this moment, and LeBron passes Kobe, and then literally a day and a half later, he's gone.
Not even it's a half a day later.
Yeah,
basically,
pretty well. The game was what, Friday, and
it was Saturday, and he died Sunday.
Yeah. So like,
people were still posting the quotes and the plays from that game when it was happening. So that's the part that like really sucks,
LeBron get that ring this year.
Wow.
I mean, I really don't think anyone should beat the Lakers in the West this year. If we're talking about current basketball now, I don't think anyone should.
I still have hopes. I still not hopes, but I still feel the Clippers.
The league as a whole is pretty depleted, so I think it's theirs for the taking. For the Lakers, really.
If they can get out the West,
if we stay healthy, they have to AD stay healthy.
They got AD injury prone, so you got to watch him, especially right now, second half of the season. Right. You got to watch him. You guys have I'm speaking to you guys, like y'all the Laker fans, but there's voids there at that guard position, man. They need help. Help them, and they want to pick up. They're working out J.R. Smith right now.
We're working on Collison too.
Man, they need to get Collison. Don't even show interest in JR, but
exactly.
Don't show interest in JR.
Like, why JR?
That's
I don't
LeBron
know.
boy.
I don't
because you know,
he
like I
ain't
think
getting
it's
the check.
easier for him to like kind of get with the program and know like, hey,
Yeah.
yo, just be ready to shoot and you know,
Pass me the ball.
yeah.
Pass him the ball, man.
But
J.R. Smith.
with that, with the like the Kobe legacy,
Yeah.
I'm currently wearing Grinches, and for that reason,
Subtle flex, by the way. I walked in and I was like,
you know,
that's how we're feeling
because
today.
it's a two-parter. It's a two-parter. There's a two-parter
Like-
to the reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I've expressed multiple times that the Kobe sixes are my favorite. My favorite Kobe
Model. Yeah.
of all time for me. The Grinches are also one of my top 3 favorite colorways from the Kobe sixes. With Kobe, like I think we all agree, Kobe's on the Mount Rushmore when it comes to like signature shoe lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There isn't very many, by the way.
Yeah, like it's maybe
Right.
4
Yeah.
at the most anyway.
Yeah.
But what are your favorite Kobe models, and is there a favorite colorway of that model
Okay.
that is
Uh-oh.
your thing?
Let them know. Let them know.
Me, I think it's the Kobe 10s. I like the Kobe 10. There's no specific color red for me.
The
I just
Kobe 10.
10.
I was not expecting
Right.
that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that
Kobe
either.
10, yeah, a lot of
Kobe
people.
Motherfucking 10.
And the crazy part is, I never owned a pair of Kobe's, but those
No?
are the only shoes I
Is
consider
that
buying.
is that the AD or is it really number? It was given the
It
10.
was the X. It was 10.
Okay. What?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I remember that one. No,
Yeah.
okay, now I remember.
That yeah, Kobe 10 like that. I'm surprised because a lot of people don't get past 9, maybe even 8 before they're like, I'm out. Because that was me. I was once it got to 9, I was like,
go
I'm out.
very far after 8.
Yeah,
and 9.
because they started becoming lifestyle shoes.
Yeah,
and
it
stuff like
became
that.
it went AD.
He retired.
Yeah.
He retired at the 10 or the 9,
At
I
10.
think, it was like
I
right
think
when
9 was the
10
last one
yeah.
he wore,
and then
and then
the 10 came.
DeMar DeRozan and all them wore.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Gabe, favorite Kobe model?
Favorite Kobe model would have to be. Damn, I might go 4. As much as I like the 6 and the 5,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go 4.
That was the
Kobe 4 had like the that's the first time they won the championship, so they had the big stage or big stage was for the 5. The Kobe 4 had the gradient MLK colorways from purple to yellow or purple to white.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Del
Yeah.
Sols,
Okay.
yeah. Or the Carpe Diems, I mean.
Yeah. Okay. They didn't they just release?
Well, the Pro Tros are right now at 4.
Yeah. Oh, they
Yeah.
did the undefeated to those and everything.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have a favorite colorway?
All the colors I like, I can't even afford. So I don't even want to talk about the
Man.
colors. Like,
I love the segue. Thank you for that.
yeah.
Thank you. Unintentional segue.
Uh-huh.
Because we have a lot to get through, so I just kind of want to get to the main things that I want to talk about. And this is probably something that's going to take a little bit longer. But resell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very strong. I'm very adamant about resell and how it kind of it grows the community, but it can also hurt the community. And it's has a lot of examples of how it hurt the community. Kobe's passing is one of those reasons that it hurt the community, because when Kobe passed, there was a lot of stories going around of a lot of resellers, whatever age, doesn't really matter, because resellers are resellers, and a lot of them don't have faces, they just have at names, and prices jumped like 200-300% on most, if not all. I went on StockX that day because if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Kixology. She was the first one that kind of her tweet was the first one that kind of had me like oh, what's this about? Because I was off Twitter at that point, because it was just like so much tragedy that day. So I was kind of not like looking, but I was kind of peeking in, seeing what people were talking about. because a lot of the details hadn't come through yet. But once the dust settled, StockX, if you watch the stock on the Kobe's, shot up and shot up a lot. And the reason why I want to talk about this because tragedy, of course, always is going to happen. Like people are going to die. Things are going to happen unexpectedly. But business is business at the end of the day. So I understand that tragedy sells in America today. Yeah. But as somebody that's in the culture, that's in the community, that sees, that likes to see people get along in a sense and be smart about this, because we have a lot of people that are in this just for money or to hurt the community. Seeing a pair of Kobe 6s, my pair of Kobe, like let's say the Grinches, because I looked at the Grinches. That was the first one I looked up because I wanted to see, because I was like, there's no way that they marked up everything.
Right.
The Grinches, when I first was because I was looking at getting a second pair, there were $350, I believe, really? Like $400, like
you line like a rug, bro.
No, bro. I looked.
Was that low, I would have. I should have a pair on my feet.
No, there was a couple. There was a couple pair I found on eBay that were like $350, $400.
Okay.
Of course, worn, not brand new. But when I looked on that day, they were $3,000. Yeah. And so I started going through, because now I'm like, okay, so I get us. The Grinches, they're a rare find, so of course they're gonna probably jump really high. Then I started looking at regular ones like the pewter Kobe 6s like that.
Yeah.
$1,000. And so I had a question. Well, I was upset, but it raised the question: is it fair? Understanding, yes, it's Kobe. Kobe is LA. People from LA are going to have a certain feeling towards this, but this is not everybody. This is just specific. Is it fair to have this kind of markup, knowing that this is a business, knowing that resellers need to sell shoes, maybe clear stock, whatever, maybe be able to make a profit, hopefully, and this is that time for them to maybe, instead of making $50 profit or $100 profit, now making $500, $600, $700 worth of profit off of shoes based off of somebody's death. Is it fair? Is it fair to? Because I was upset. I felt like it was stupid. Nike, from what I understand from what they had said and what their PR had said, was they were pulling things from the Kobe line out of respect for for his death, but they were sold out before they could do anything on the website. Yeah. And so a lot of people thought that they pulled it prematurely, but it was just everything sold out immediately.
I think Nike tried to be on the right side of things.
Yeah. And
they made that statement, but it's kind of, you can kind of find out, like, shit was sold before that or whatever.
Yeah. And so I think for them, they weren't, because nobody was expecting Kobe to have passed.
Right.
And so I think when it finally happened, people instantly just was like, okay, we need to clear out stock of whatever I want in Kobe.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because, I can probably get something for it. And then like Soul Supremacy up in the Bay had tweeted that they were taking all the Kobe's off the shelf. Same as Riff later on that week, that they were taking Kobe's off the shelf. They weren't selling them. They weren't accepting any buys or consignments on them out of respect for Kobe. Which I love. But back to the question, I would leave it to you guys. Is it fair in reseller, in your mind, do you think it's fair because at the end of the day, it's business and resellers are trying to make a profit to hike the price on Kobe's after his death, especially maybe only 30 minutes to an hour after his death?
I mean, this is America. At the end of the day, like, me, personally, I don't agree with it at all. Like, that's just crazy. But me being a businessman, I understand it, and I respect it. But dang, like, bro was only there for like an hour. Y'all,
it didn't last. Yeah,
I'm mourning. I'm really mourning my first couple days. I mean, not even thinking of buying nothing to Kobe. I'm just thinking about my life and what Kobe meant to me, and like all the people that died in the accident. Like, that's what I'm thinking about. For a person to just instantly to think like, I'm about to capitalize off this man's death, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I got two positions, I guess I'd say. Do I think it's fair?
Okay.
I mean, it's really tough to be on a yes or no, unfair or fair side, because like you can't really. That kind of happens with everything, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to find a way to dictate that, but would I do it, or I think the bigger issue is, okay, you put something for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah.
Who do we point the finger at? You for putting it up, or the person for buying it? Like who? If once one person buys it, that opens up the door for everyone else to think, oh well, if one person can do it, I can do it. So it's like, who do you really blame? But overall, I think it's a really like fucked up way to make $1. Yeah. Especially with someone's name as big as Kobe, and knowing how many people really do buy the things that are associated to Kobe. Not even just shoes, you know, his jerseys, his Funko Pops, because, you know, I like Funko Pops. Yeah. So, like, dude, that little Funko went from, like, I really don't know how much it was before him passing. It might have been, like, you know, $20, $30, $40 maybe. It went up to, like, $700.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, people were really trying to make that money.
That's crazy.
And so, like, for me, like, that's, like, and so, again, I fall on both sides. Not on, like, I fall harder on the side of, like, it's something that, like, community-wise, we should know better. Right. Just, like, let's just say sneaker community-wise. Like, I don't want to say world, because businesses are going to do what businesses do. Right. But we're talking about individual people, because we've seen businesses. I don't know what all consignment stores are doing, but I know that most the consignment stores I follow, they took them off the shelf. Yeah. Right. And was like, we're not going to encourage, enable. That's the best. That's a better word. You guys trying to hike up prices to try to get over on somebody's death. Yeah. Right. But I can't understand why people would do it, because why the fuck not? You know, at the end of the day, why the fuck not? I own them. If, and like you said, if somebody's gonna buy them, then. Who the fuck is, like, if somebody's willing to buy a shoe that's only worth $200 resale and willing to buy them for $700 or whatever, then that's your money. I'm good. You know, as long as the money clears, I'm good.
Right. Literally just 2-3 weeks ago, all those Kobe 4s, the undefeated ones, the ones we just talked about, the Pro Tros, no one wanted them.
Nobody.
Literally, nobody one wanted them. People were at retail. People were, like, less than retail for, like, tried on, worn once pairs. Like, no one wanted that shoe. And then, you know, his passing comes around, and that shoe only went up to, like, $400, $500. Yeah. But, like, that's still twice as much as what it was just weeks before. And those are just the colorways that people were iffy about. At that point, people just want, because they're now the cheapest colorways.
Yeah, and so, like, that, I would say, like, that, to clear all that up, is not every Kobe went to $1,000. Yeah. I was noticing, though, that a lot of the Kobe's that were either special releases or had some significance with a milestone,
those are the ones
pushed past $1,000. That were maybe $400, $500. So, you know, that is not, you know, like, it's not a crazy thing, because if, say, Kobe came out of retirement or something like that, it probably would have saw the same hike. Maybe. Yeah. Like, so, like, there are certain things, but, like, you're seeing shoes that $700, if I'm not mistaken. They came back down. Like, the prices dramatically came down. But I know when I first looked on that day for the week, they were sitting at $2,900.
Kobe 3 was actually one of my favorite models growing up, too.
I know a lot of people that like those.
That Kobe 3 was nice.
And so you see a lot of them coming back down, and kind of like, they're kind of because nobody's paying $3,000 for a shoe. Like, I'm not going to do that. But
that's because we ain't got the money like that yet.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure people.
But when the paper is there, we're gonna spend whatever we want.
Not 3,000. Like, 3K. 3K. It better have been something that literally nobody can touch unless you have.
So some Red Octobers you'll spend 3K on, because no one can touch that. Though. Yeah, but no one can touch it.
Like, nobody can touch it. Yeah, I would have no problem spending $3,000 if I had it like that to do that. But yeah, so, like, you see a lot of them coming back down and stuff like that. But I felt like, is this a blemish for the community because
I think it speaks more on how we reacted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the fact that everyone came out trying to make the money was one, like, you know, we're like, don't do this, but the fact that bigger people or like consignment stores,
a lot of
product,
them.
you know, social media influencers were like saying things about it, and I think that happening after spoke higher than the fact that people rose their prices.
Yeah, and I think that was a big for me. Like I noticed, you know, a lot of people with high stature.
$700.
Yeah.
You're lying, bro. Where do you see $700 in the Kobe Grinch?
Oh, they came back. They went back up.
Where do you see $700?
Bro, literally, as I drove here, don't text and drive. By the way, as I drove, I looked them up and it said 700. They're at 22? Was that 4,000 for what size?
That 4,000 for a size 11, bro.
Fucking yeah.
Look, last sale $1,300. See, people like this,
people
are buying it.
So they're still back. They're still up there.
Look at last sale, $2,200, bro.
It's crazy.
That's the community. That's the community. And so you had people. I think that's what I was looking at. Those were the ones that went up. They went up to. Like 3,500. Oh, 5K. That came back down. Some of the sizes that came back down. So I was like,
these light bulbs, 1,000.
Yeah. So I wasn't the Grinch I looked at. I apologize. But like seeing like a lot of people in the sneaker world that have that status, kind of like coming out of character too, because a lot of them don't say much. Like they'll say something about like hype or something like that, but for them to come out and kind of be like, "Yo, you guys are bugging," like for that to be, how much is that? 24K?
Oh my god! Like
the Philippines?
Nah, the Barcelonas.
Barcelona.
Cool story. Back when I didn't have a job and I didn't have money and I didn't know that spending $800 on shoes was acceptable back then. I had this dude offer me the 2 Barcelona Kobe 7s and the 2 Barcelona Kobe 6s for like $1,500. And my broke ass was like, I ain't got it like that, bro. I can't do it. And now looking back at it, dude.
24K.
My lord.
24K. That's crazy. And so that's
one pair.
And that's insane. Like to think like that's where we're at right now. And so I just wanted to kind of bring that because it's like for me it's really annoying
this is
to
my favorite
see.
Kobe 6, by the way.
It's really annoying. It's really annoying to see the people kind of react in the way they did, and you know it's kids and some adults are going to, you know, do what they do because that's their mentality.
Right.
But why an hour after? Like, I think this wouldn't be like, and so it goes back to my question: like, did this hurt the community? Because of course you don't hear people talking about it much. There's still shops that don't have Kobe's up, in respect to him, but is there? Because you even see the shirts. Some of the shirts that they were giving out and stuff like that for the games are going up, and they're, you know, people are trying to resell them, and it's like,
you know what it is, bro. And I think what adds to it is that Kobe, to us, we may have understood Kobe either through basketball or through sneakers.
Right.
Yeah.
And us being in America, Kobe is a household name.
Yeah.
But this dude was a global icon. So like the market may not be people in America buying stuff from the Laker game or the Warriors game. Like the market is probably people on the other side of the fucking world trying to buy stuff that they couldn't be there for.
Yeah.
So I think that also is what's adding to the wave of these price increases, because it's no longer just the sneakerhead trying to buy a shoe. It's the Kobe fanatic in the Philippines that like this. It's the so-and-so in China who, you know, wants this now because of his passing. It is just, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But it's I think there's just a freaking influx of all these people wanting the things now, that it's different.
Yeah.
It's slightly different.
Did you guys see the Laker tickets for the first game they played? the day. I mean, the first game they played since his death.
Yeah, it was like I saw Kickstarter share. The nosebleeds was like $1,200.
Yeah,
nosebleeds, and it was like, and I remember I forgot who I was talking to that day, and they were like, they're acting like, because I was like, I expect that for Kobe's last game,
right?
You know, but like in all due respect, Kobe's not popping up, like Kobe's not there, not there, and so it's like you paying $1,200. Like I understand you're paying $1,200 for the experience itself, but everything that happens in that game is about to be put on ESPN. Yeah. So $1,200 to sit and still watch a Laker game.
But you're going to cry.
Yeah, it's gonna be sad as hell, But it's not like it's the memorial of like they're not rolling Kobe out and saying give him his last slap around, make like trying him out to do a free throw one time or something like that. Right. No, he's not there. No sense of Kobe's gonna be there. His family's not gonna be there. Literally, it was LeBron gave a speech. They played a beautiful tribute video to him, and then let's play a game.
Which, by the way, I think for that tribute, I probably cried more. That was the longest I had like one sitting of crying.
Yeah,
was definitely. That tribute and all that led up to that game. It was a hit. Yeah.
That was a tough one.
That's heavy. That's heavy, and like I asked this question only because death is inevitable for everybody.
Or is it? No,
man. I when they have the signups for me to be able to put my subconscious into a robot, I am going to take it. Just letting y'all know. I do want to live forever.
I'm alright, bro.
What is so that was the last question I wanted to ask on this. Seeing that this happened with Kobe, seeing what happened with the sneaker world is like that.
Yeah.
And I commend every single consignment store, any reseller that did not take the bait and, had some kind of self-respect. And that might be a harsh way to put it, but I feel like you have to have some kind of like moral integrity to know that you can't, like, don't screw over people. Like you're screwing over people off of death. Yeah. And so, with that being said, understanding that, there are a lot of stores that pulled Kobe's shoes off the shelf. Who knows when they're going to put them back on? Who knows what those prices are going to look like? Who knows how long? Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to sell out immediately when they do put them back up, because I don't see them. If they're going to pull them off the shelf, I don't see them doing a price increase when they put them back. And if they do, you guys are a different kind of scumbag. But with...
It's true. If they do it after, it's like...
you're like, what was the point? Exactly.
What was the point?
And so... With all that being said, we have greats. Like LeBron is on that Mount Rushmore of signature sneaker lines. Okay. Jordan is the king. He carved that that mountain.
He's borderline kind of gets his own Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he has a mountain. He has the mountain that sits behind the mountain that's smaller than his, looking down at them. But. I don't want to, knock on wood. I don't want to see anything bad happen. But you see Jordan and LeBron, being alive. You see Curry. You see KD, Kyrie having these, these lines going. Mm-hmm. If tragedy strikes again.
Oh, bro.
I know. It's a grim hypothetical. It's a grim hypothetical.
I don't like it no more.
But do you see what we've seen with Kobe's shoes and how people are reacting to it? No. Do you see them doing it again because of the fact that how much backlash they got doing it this time?
Maybe with LeBron. Just because LeBron, I think the world now is like LeBron is the Kobe of now.
Okay.
So if LeBron was to, I think, because I see people wear LeBrons all the time more than any, like Jordan, of course, but Jordan, he already...
He's been here 30 years already.
Right, 30 years after the retirement. But LeBron for sure. But I mean, the other guys, their legacy isn't even scratched the surface of what.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, I'm just looking at it from the sheer purpose point of like the shoes.
Can I reword the question,
please?
Because I'm thinking about
either
how
way.
You asked it, and I'm just
I told you it sounds grim. Whatever way you want to word it. I'm just saying.
Let me reword the question.
I'm sure people understand the question.
Ask a question that doesn't deal with death.
Okay.
So if we're speaking on Mount Rushmore, who is on your Mount Rushmore? You're referring to it. Who's on your shit, bro? Who's on your
we had this conversation before.
Yeah, but now we have it again.
Kobe right. is, of course, it's Jordan, Kobe, Jordan. Wait, I said Jordan. Yeah, look, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry.
There's 5 people on Mount Rushmore. I thought there was 4.
I don't know. I never looked at Mount Rushmore.
Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Steph Curry. The Under Armour line is on there over Kyrie Irving.
I'm going off of preference.
Jeremy, bro, I can't wait till you watch
this Jeremy, episode. Of course, Jeremy's gonna have Kyrie. That's his thing. He does the little unboxings with Liv, which I like that. I like that segment. Anyways,
Steph Curry.
But that's not the question. I'm just saying, has the community learned from tragedy? Will they learn from tragedy if this were to happen again with somebody from the Mount Rushmore?
What do you? I guess the better question is, what do you want? Like, what do you expect? What is learning to you? What would you see as learning?
Not hiking prices by 200% 30 minutes after the person's confirmed death.
I think
and using faster. It to, huh?
I think it's gonna go faster. The not 30, 10, 5 minutes.
Wow.
Instant. Like this, the world we live in is crazy.
The internet. They're willing to do it again just because of the fact that, like, it happened before. Right. So
we on our stuff now. We know.
Yeah.
I think it's inevitable and it's gonna happen regardless of who it is.
Right.
Yeah. That sucks.
Bigger impact, maybe. Some of these names you'll have a bigger impact and more people will want it and prices will increase higher than others. But overall, I think regardless of who it were to happen to, we would see the same thing. I think.
Sneaker Media, you guys need to take over. Like, the OGs need to take over.
Oh, the hosts of Sneaker Media?
Yeah. Because I think they need to take over because I feel like if it's outspoken and people are speaking on it, and these people that do influence change, they need to say something and do it and, like, really hit it home because I feel like it won't happen as much the next time. It might be, of course it's going to happen, but it won't be as such a blatant, I don't give a shit, I just want my money kind of thing.
I don't think you can enforce anything on that though, really. I don't think there's any system, any process, there's nothing really you can set up that will change the minds of people. Like, it's deeper than that, It's deeper than just putting up a door that says don't do it.
Could you see a future like how Nike did and like how these consignment stores did, where these like StockX or like GOAT,
I think that's where
those sales.
Those are the monsters, I guess, that need to.
Where they said we're not doing sales of Kobe at any point.
Yeah, so like if StockX doesn't stop it, then there's no reason for anyone to want to stop it, And the GOAT and same thing because those are the bigger. I guess markets or apps or opportunities for people to buy. And Nike doing it, okay, you're just Nike though. You're a retail store.
Yeah.
StockX is where I think the bigger issue lies.
The black market is always going to exist.
Yeah. True. But do you see the black market being able to say, okay, we're not. If this were to happen, we're gonna.
Kidneys, bro.
Black market sells kids.
But we're saying like if the black market, like we're saying StockX. Okay, we're saying the black market is StockX and GOAT. Even though we know they're not the black market, but like we're saying that StockX and GOAT are like those apps are the black market. Do you see them next time saying, okay, we're just gonna stop? Like we're gonna find a way to stop sales of this shoe or this person's shoe to keep out of respect. So that you guys can't profit off of death, and then us be the ones that have to take the blame because when you guys do your write-up stories, we're the names that you use. Like now, I'm using StockX because I looked at StockX and there were a lot of sales on there. Would they be like, okay, we don't want our name associated with the fact that people are profiting off of death? Let's try to, even though we have thousands and thousands of people trying to sell shoes on our platform. Can we find a way to say, okay, we gotta go through and pull?
Cause know why? Somebody gonna create something else, and StockX gonna go out of business, and they're gonna be selling over here.
Come over here, guys. We're selling. We're selling tragedy over here, guys. Forget them.
I mean, yeah, I think he's right though. I think StockX and Goat and them, they can do something to the length of like what Nike did and come out publicly and say they tried to do something, but what do you know? They're just gonna make their sales. StockX gonna make their 9%.
Even if when they release them, it's still gonna do the same thing.
Yeah,
them holding them is really no.
And so I'll just ask because I just thought it was it was a question, and I've literally been sitting on this for since it happened. So I wanted to ask the question. I wanted to ask you guys just because it was kind of just like
what would you do if you were the CEO for StockX?
How? I don't know because I don't know how apps work. I don't know how that like an online store like that in that particular sense where you have people being basically individual sellers and stuff like that coming on and doing that. But if there's a way that I could block it, I would go in and try to funnel out as many as I can and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. If we can hold off some of the sales and go through, because now we're not talking about robots now, because robots are going to pull LeBrons and Jordans off because they have Kobe tags or something like that on there.
Yeah.
You would have to have people, which I know is going to take a lot of man hours that probably cost a lot of money to do. But I would definitely say, okay, can we go through and say, okay, we're putting a block on these sales, or at least on these, because you can block people's accounts through these, like based on fraudulent stuff. Or would you be able to just block individual sales on that person's account and just say no, send them an email notating we're not doing sales that involve Kobe's or whatever shoe it is at this time. We will send you an update when this sale will be unlocked.
So, I've been releasing music, right?
Yeah.
And my boy, he just did a Kobe tribute.
Okay.
He tried to release it on like streaming services. They blocked it. He can't. If you have Kobe in the title or anything, like it has to be like nothing to do with Kobe when you release it. So if you put it in the title, they won't allow you to release it.
So but do they have somebody actively listen to the song as well? Or does it matter if Kobe's in the song?
No, it could be about Kobe. It just can't be the title.
Oh, okay.
So if you go to Apple Music, type in Kobe and the song pop up. No. I mean, it's songs that did in the past, but now...
But they still went through and says, oh, yeah, see, and so, like, I think something like that, if that's possible to do with, like, a StockX, if I'm if I own StockX, I have no problem if I'm making, $1 million a day. I think I can forward $100K to staff to say, okay, we're going through and blocking these sales.
Yeah,
I think probably like the new sales.
Yeah, the new sales, of course, yeah. The new sales and putting a cap on, because it's hard. Like I don't know if they could put caps on. No, they wouldn't be able to put caps on sell prices. But finding a way to prevent and discourage.
I think further sales you can prevent. Easier.
Well, yeah, of course, further sales. Yeah.
Kind of like how he went back to saying if Kobe's in the title, you're not gonna get added.
Yeah.
So if you're adding Kobe's to the StockX the app, they're not gonna add them.
Yeah.
I think that's one measure they can start off with.
And you'd have to have like actual human beings because robots would fail.
Here's a solution. How about if they raise the prices so high, some of that money got to be donated to the company.
Oh.
Now to stop the seller want to be like, I'm about to get him $1,000 of this $3,000. I ain't gonna sell them.
Raise the
rent.
It's 9%. So then like raise it to like 15 or something like that.
Raise it to 15 on sales over like whatever amount.
Ooh, that
is like,
see, that's the beauty of having somebody in the music industry that understands that, and then like, okay, I'm just looking at it from a consumer standpoint. You're back there like, I know how to pull the strings. I know how to do this.
No more. Yeah, no.
No, yeah, that
my ass to eBay.
Right.
eBay, they're tripping too out there.
Yeah, but eBay got that. They have no seller fees on shoes over like $100 or whatever.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, dude. So that's where I'm taking my shit.
You're selling tragedy.
I mean, I'm not gonna be the one selling tragedy. I'm just saying.
But yeah,
personally speaking,
if lately, I would just go to eBay.
I've been dumping a lot of my shoes on eBay right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I just had to ask. I didn't want to get too grim. Like I felt like it was a topic that needed to be discussed because I felt like it was something that was so recent that it really still kind of stuck, and you could still see the remnants of it as you saw like are still there. People are still trying to profit off resale. I don't know if there's, like you said, they were the last ones were still selling for $1,000.
Yeah, $2,200 for a size 10.5 Grinch.
Yeah, and so like that's the thing. But I want to get on the last topic because I know you have to get out of here. Skate shop in Georgia. I have the story. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the story.
Yeah.
Skate shop in Georgia had posted a sign this past on the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
What's today? How many days ago? Just 2 days ago.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Come on, bro. The 8th. On the 8th.
Well, yeah. Well, it's officially so. Yeah. And so on the skate shop in Georgia had posted a sign saying, if you want it, they're doing a raffle for the Strange Love SB Dunks, the Nike SB Dunk lows. We're doing the raffle. Come do your raffle. There is a catch though. There will be no box sold with the shoes.
Yeah, no, bro.
To prevent resales.
Yeah, no.
They said they included that they wouldn't. I want to give you Clockwork Skate Shop in Georgia. They said that you would get your additional laces and all that stuff, but they would not sell boxes. They would not give you the boxes, but they did have an option, which is the funny part, of buying a clear box for $15. And so I'm gonna give you this. I looked through the comments because I looked at their posts.
This episode directly to them after this.
Oh, I am. I looked at their comment section. So from what I understood, I think they were selling boxes, the clear boxes, at the store. They weren't giving the original boxes with the shoe for $15
to prevent resale, right?
That was their way of trying to, gatekeep and prevent resale. Thoughts?
Fire the person that came up with the idea, please.
People were saying in the comments that they were doing it for clout to get notoriety for the shop and everything like that. A lot of clout comments.
Clout chasing.
But a lot of people
had
a lot of strong opinions on the fact that they may not want to and a lot of people had terrible comebacks. So I was like, "Where's the box?" Like, well, you should wear them, and it's like, yeah, but when I'm done wearing them, where am I putting them? Like
under the bed.
Like what the hell? So I just wanted to ask thoughts because this is the third time in the last 2 years that we've had a situation like this where a shoe store tries to gatekeep and tries to be the answer to resales. Where we had the shoe store for the not for sale ones have them do push-ups do 10 push-ups in the shoe when they bought them. And people were actually doing them because they have video of people doing it, which I thought was dumb. Like, there's no way. First of all, at that time, I don't think I could have did 10 push-ups, but let alone the fact that I'm not doing 10 push-ups in shoes that if I don't want to.
Yeah.
If I'm paying for
what
them.
Man.
If I was going to keep the shoe regardless, I'm not doing push-ups in them.
Yeah, exactly. And so I just want to ask your thoughts. I'm going to leave the floor open to you guys because I feel like I've been talking a lot. So I want you guys to kind of give me your thoughts on the skate shop trying to prevent people from reselling by saying, we're not selling your boxes. You'll get your laces, you'll get the shoes, but no boxes.
Well, I think it's dumb just for simple purpose. I work hard for my money.
Yep.
And when I spend my money, a smart person should invest their money.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my shoes as investments.
Okay.
I'm not gonna wear them to the sole is falling off. If I want to resell my shoes, why can't I resell my shoes?
Yeah.
Like, you buy a house, you can resell your house for more. You buy anything in life, it should be an investment. So personally, I don't agree with that because this is my money.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And like you mentioned, viewing your shoes as an investment. Like, every shoe that I buy, even if I don't wear it, I know that the money that went into it will always be there, for the most part, which is a crazy thing, but that's a whole different other subject.
Yeah.
So if I go to a shoe store and they say, here's your shoes, there's no box, the comment, my head first goes to, okay, well, how do you expect me to store these shoes? What am I supposed to do? Keep them out the box, stack them on top of everything else? Like, that's just dumb. you know, to not have a box to put your shoes back in.
Yeah.
And then too, like, who are you to say who is or isn't a reseller when it comes to just buying the shoe in general?
Yeah.
Like, if all three of us are online trying to buy this shoe, we all obviously want the shoe, but because of one person, you gotta fuck everyone else over, basically, and take that away from everyone. Like, it's just, I think you're doing more harm than good, because in that line, there's probably more people that want the shoe than want to flip it.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't see you winning as a store by doing that.
Yeah, and they got, so I went through their social media. They've gotten, like, their comments are in shambles right now. One, from people thinking that they got screwed over through the raffle, but most of it is about the boxes, because they are strong. I thought it was going to be something that would blow over. I honestly didn't think that the store itself would have made itself known of who they were, because I don't think, if I as a company, I wouldn't want to be on the back end of that. Like, I don't want to know what the internet has in store for me when it comes to that. But from what I understand, like, a lot of people are upset about it. There's a lot of people asking for them to take off a discount based off of not having the box.
That's true too.
I could not confirm if they did. There was a couple comments that said that they took off $15 for it because of not having a box, but nobody verified if that was true or not.
Okay.
So I don't know, but if that is the case, okay, but no, like, stop trying. Yeah, like, stop trying to be the way to save resale, because resale is going to be the reason why most of us are still here, and why the community is still going to grow. As much as I have my own opinions towards resellers that do it for strict profit and not for the love of the culture, you have to have a certain you have to have a certain way of going about things. And if you think having your customers do push-ups in your shoes, because of course there are going to be people that are willing to do that. There are going to be people that are going to be like, well, if you don't want the shoe that doesn't have the box, I'll buy it, kind of thing. Right. But at some point, people are not going to be a fan of you, and is it worth the bad publicity and the constant having to answer for something that you thought you were going to get props on, or just sell the shoe and just be done with it? Because at the end of the day, like, I don't know what the rules are when it comes to Nike contracts and Jordan contracts, but I feel like this is something that goes like
against it.
Is like, because this is something that wasn't just like, oh, it's happened somewhere quiet and then went away. No, people, every single major blog was talking about it, and you have a whole state basically piling on. Is Nike going to find out, and are they going to have an answer for, hey, no, this is not how we do it?
That's pretty true. I mean, I hope they do, just because you can't really do anything about that, man. You really can't take packaging away from a product, you know?
Like, our product at that.
Like, you charge, of course they should give a discount, but like, it's also where they're getting their shoes from. Are these stores getting their shoes directly from Nike, where Nike could have that control, or are they resellers themselves?
Well, from what I understand, they are a Nike contract store, so they do all the they have all their they get dunks there. Okay. So with that, I'm pretty sure Nike, if they do find out, are going to be like, yeah, this is a no. Right. And from, I have a lot of experience of knowing stores that got their contracts pulled from brands. This is something that where they would pull, and you're not getting another tier.
Give me the contract, Nike.
Hey, we'll take it. We're honest over here. We don't do back doors.
Well, we'll raffle everything however you want it.
Hey, I'm just
saying. Boxes.
Yeah, their boxes, receipts, everything. All we want is one for me and one for him and one for our guests.
10.5
of whatever of whatever week we are at. Just all our guests get what they need as they come.
Free publicity that probably doesn't matter to your guys' marketing, but at the same time, you guys are, instead of just figuring out what you guys are going to do with some shoes, you have some honest people that live in front of a camera, so you guys get to see exactly what we're doing all the time.
Ain't no shenanigans here.
No shenanigans.
Well,
yeah. So I know you have to go. So I'm gonna get you out of here. Tell the people where they can find you again. Just give them another intro. How about that? Give them the
I think if it's another intro, it's called the outro.
Yeah. Oh, give them your outro.
I'm about to go.
As you say, just like, all right, yeah, whatever. As you hear the car, skid away.
Either the 50 Cent gif when
yeah, exactly.
Windows up.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, shout out to my guys for having me come out here, and just vibe with them and talk shit and speak our minds. I appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm. Always, bro.
That's all I love. It's crazy. Like the energy I felt, when we met.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like, and that's what I'm about. Like, I'm about good energy, good people, and just being real.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people go wrong. But I catch the vibe. Y'all some cool dudes, and it's all love. Whenever y'all need me to pull up, just let me know.
Oh, we're gonna get you back because we're gonna get you a full discussion. We're gonna get you back for a full discussion this season for sure. I feel like this was like you're kind of like the appetizer for them. It's like, oh yeah, he's here. He's here. We'll get him here. But we're gonna bring you back, and then we're gonna have you give them a full plate of just like opinions.
Let's go.
Man.
But yeah, y'all can follow me on all social media platforms. D-Nyce, D-Nyce3. Listen to my music. Bag That Money. That's the record label. We got artists coming, music coming. I got big placements coming. We're just working, trying to be a legend one day.
Oh, come on. That's all we're in for.
Right.
To live past our lifespan. Is that?
Yeah.
Live past our lifespan. Yeah. I want to thank you for coming. I know when we met, you were preparing for a set. We asked, if you have any music when it's done and ready, if you bring it by the show, we would definitely like to, play it for them, let them know, let them see the work if you're willing and up to it. But we definitely love to have you. We definitely want to bring you back if you're willing to come back. This was just kind of like
a sample.
Yeah, bringing it back for season 2. This is what you expect. Multi-platinum on the show. This is how we're doing it. Multi-platinums on the show.
Send us our plaque, YouTube.
Do we get a plaque for bringing multi-platinum on?
I think you had to do it before.
I
think we get like a good job, nice try plaque,
A printed out certificate.
We get a picture.
That's how you do it.
That's what we get, bro. That's what we get.
But yeah, thank you for having us. I'll get you out of here because we have to shimmy out of here and get you out of here. But thank you so much for stopping by, G. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And hold on. We're not done, but we're gonna get him out of here real quick. Yeah. Okay. So we are back from that. Okay. So we talked that Strange Love Dunks situation.
Yeah.
Is there any lasting thoughts on that? Just while we're here.
Did you see the resale on that shoe?
Currently I think no.
I saw some go as high as like $600.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and they went almost as high as the ones that came out yesterday. They're like on the same level, and that kind of like tripped me out because
$730 right now.
Yeah, bro. Like
last sale was $730. My bad.
That is ridiculous.
Man, and then the Return of the King.
The SB market honestly hurts my soul right now.
Last sale $700 for the ones.
Yeah, you see.
Jeez.
And yeah, the SB market really hurts my soul right now because it wasn't like that. That wasn't what we were doing.
Yeah.
And for so long, the SB market was always like an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
Even in its prime, like early on, like it was big to just the people that were already in it. It wasn't big to everyone else that collected shoes. It wasn't on those other genres yet.
Well, yeah, back then we could go to Borders at the San Diego Mall at like 3:30 in the afternoon and still, because I know Mike was into into SBs, and so he would be like, "Oh, I want to see if I can find them," and we just go to Borders, and they'd be sitting right there, and have all the sizes. Maybe I think the only time we went that they didn't have sizes was the Space Jam dunks.
Yeah, because I was there for that release.
Yeah, that was the only time we went there, and they didn't have
another one.
Oh, damn. Sorry about that. Didn't have they didn't have them there.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, is there something specific that happened or that we're seeing, or
Travis Scott really?
Oh yeah.
Just him, and like, yeah, other people influenced after, but he really kicked that off.
Yeah.
And Kylie Jenner's wearing SBs now. She was wearing what the dunk the other day.
Yeah.
And bro, for my birthday,
that was funny.
For my birthday last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of try and buy myself shoes almost every year.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever really done it twice.
Mm-hmm.
But I try and like convince myself to make a bigger purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, and for the last 2 years, really, it was the what the dunk. I had been looking at that shoe for a hot minute, telling myself I just need to buy it. Like it's never gonna go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just need to buy it. I need to buy it. I need to buy it. And then this year comes. This last couple of months actually comes, and now it's like really not obtainable. When I wanted it, when I was debating it, it was like $800 to $1,100. I think on the high end, they got to as high as like 13 or whatever. Now they're like at 25 maybe.
No.
Yeah, I'm never gonna own these damn shoes. It really hurts sometimes.
You gotta hope that we start getting gifts from
that too
from people.
But like, man, $2K for some shoes.
I think for me it's one of those things where we're seeing, because you know what's so crazy about this, because you brought it up perfectly, because I wanted to ask this question like later down the line with more when I had more kind of evidence to prove it. But I was gonna ask about like hypebeasts being lazy and only picking up things that are of course going to have resale value and not things that probably won't, but just for the love of it kind of thing. Because I think we're moving into a place where people aren't doing it for the love of it; they're doing it for the profit of it. And again, later down the line, I want to have more proof to kind of prove that. But is it just because the culture is getting lazy and saying, "Okay, I've never seen this before," and everybody's covering it basically as the next hype shoe, so I'm going to get it, which now is going to, of course, push the market for everything else that is exclusive and high rate to go up. Is it just now becoming, culture-wise, is now just becoming, well, if it doesn't get hype or if it doesn't matter, I don't care, which of course influences people that don't resell, still being like, oh well, if the resellers don't care, I don't care.
I think if I'm understanding your question correctly, hold on.
Like
I had a thought. I'm trying to word it. I think that's always been the case. Hype beasts and resellers and all that are always drawn to what is spoken about the most, or what's hyped, the most. So it's only natural that if there isn't anything there, then there isn't anything there.
Yeah.
Do I think it affects the average consumer? If, like how you mentioned at the end, if they're not buying it, then why should I? For me personally, it makes me happy. If there's a shoe that I like and there's no ounce of resale or hype behind it, that's like a field day. That is the feeling you want to feel all the time, but you don't get that all the time.
No.
It doesn't come around as often, really, that feel of just knowing that I'm going to buy this shoe without having to worry about anything.
Yeah.
But I don't don't think so, dude.
The only reason why I asked because I just noticed, like, I was sitting there, and what brought it up was because I was going through my pictures and I was like, deleting pictures that were old, and I came across the one I sent you when I was in Arizona, and they had the winterized fours sitting, and I was surprised because I was like, oh well, I would have thought that they would have, so because like. I didn't necessarily like the way they looked in person, but they didn't look bad. Like they looked better than what I thought they were. But at the same time, it was just like I thought just based off of color scheme wise, they would have gone. Like they would have gotten a lot of people to like buy them because you know what they reminded me of? They reminded me of the M&M 4s.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so, and of course, not exactly, but when you look at them very quickly, you would think. Just based off of like the tone of the blue and the placement of the red and all that stuff, you would have been like, ooh. And so I thought like they would have gone just because of that. Like, oh, like, well, if I can't get my samples, then of course.
Well, you gotta think too. Like, a lot of these kids don't even know what an M&M 4 is.
True.
Like this current generation,
they only know Travis Scott.
Yeah, they don't know unless Trav, and I think Trav has worn them. Once or twice, but like. The M&M 4 to them is not at all what it was to us growing up, and realizing like, damn, that's a one of like I think it was 88 pairs or whatever.
I still want a pair so bad. I know it's not gonna happen, but
and then like having the various samples, the ballistic samples, the suede ones, like there's like that was an entirely different. That was like a learning piece, like you got to learn from it. So to have this GR or whatever kind of influenced by that colorway 10 years later, 14 years later, if you weren't into kicks back then, which a lot of these kids aren't or weren't even born, some of them, like they don't know what that shoe is and it doesn't influence them the same.
And that sucks. So I do, because at one point the community was kind of balanced in a sense, like. You had the culture itself who kind of like they dabbled in everything. Like everything kind of was like everything was if the colorway I like it, I'll get it. Like it doesn't really matter if it's not this or if it's not a 1 or if it's not a 4 or if it's not a dunk kind of thing. Where now if it's not a 1, a dunk low or
Because I had to set someone straight, Dunks and SBs are two different things.
Who'd you have to set straight?
Just someone that posted about the plums. They called them SBs, and I was like, they're not SBs, they're just regular dunks.
Oh, you went on Twitter?
On IG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this sounds like honestly, my next play, I was going to say probably Reddit, because Reddit likes to be
but it wasn't anything, it wasn't like we went back and forth. They're actually like, oh, thanks, blah, blah, and I actually think they edited the caption after the fact.
Oh, okay.
So it was good.
Oh, look at you out here making the community better.
Bro, you gotta let them know.
I like that.
Still didn't get those damn plums,
A lot of people
I didn't get anything 2020, bro. I just want to let y'all know. I'm
if you guys
10 already.
If you guys want to know something funny or see something funny, I'm sorry. Go to just type in the Sneakers app on Twitter and see the way people.
I read it all the time, especially this past weekend. Like people were going crazy.
I've used the Sneaker app only with shoes that were already there.
Delete it.
Delete. Like I only use it for like I never do it for release, so I've never tried, so I don't know what it's like. What the headache is with it.
It's a waste of time.
That's a waste of time. Everybody.
Bro, I've literally.
Okay, is there something? Is there something specifically wrong with the app?
It's just.
Or is it?
It's just.
Are they not built to take on the amount of people?
I'm never winning. Never winning. Look at and it shows your orders and stuff, right? So let me show you just the stuff that I've been fortunate to get a W with. Yeah, hit the notify me real quick.
Yeah, which I've done, and I still don't get notifications until after they're sold out.
Okay, look, based off my sneakers history purchases, The last shoe that I was able to win that really was worth anything was nothing. Literally
nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Look at this. So the last one I won was those Bloodlines, which weren't even anything crazy. They're actually on sale right now for $140.
Yeah.
I got those breads, but that was early, and that's just because I was on my phone.
Yeah.
Those nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
what the F?
So is it the app or is it?
For 2019, I only won 2 shoes, and they were both GRs. Like, it's just.
But is it the app that's the problem? Like, so like, is it like the way the app is like
honestly,
handling releases?
Honestly, it has nothing to do with the app.
Okay.
In terms of functionality.
Oh, okay.
It's a straightforward app. It's easy. Most of the time, it takes your information and you join the line, and it just lets you know if you win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always losing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just.
So people are just frustrated for always losing and never getting
like,
a
who
dub.
really wins this damn app?
I even people that I think would win don't win.
I don't even.
I think Jeremy got a win a couple weeks ago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Jeremy got a W for I forgot what it was.
But honestly, I don't think it was anything important.
Like, okay, if you do it for a release, for an Off-White release, Travis Scott release, an incredibly limited release, like these ones, like, you'll see the frustration, whether it be like just the app not loading or the app not taking your payment.
Okay.
Even if you have everything saved, it always asks for the
CVC. Yeah, CVC.
CVC. So it always asks for that number, and then you
or CCV.
Whatever it is. Take my money, Nike.
Yeah. So if it doesn't take, so is it still? So you're in line. You get to the payment thing.
It's usually after. So the line comes after you do all your stuff. You hit purchase or submit or continue, whatever. I forgot what it says, and then it says you are now in line. Blah blah blah. And then it the app updates you whether you win or lose. A lot of times, like for me, I don't get the update, so I go back to sleep and then I open the app and then it bloop pops up. You were not selected or blah blah, and I'm just like, fuck you, Sneakers app.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to let that one go.
Well, there's people saying a lot of more hurtful things towards.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I wonder.
I'm just trying to spend my money, man.
I just want you guys to take the money from me so I can be broke. That's like why is it so hard?
Why is it so hard?
Why is it so hard? I find it it's kind of funny because I see the way people react towards it and they like all like lose their shit over it. But I think what was the question? Oh, do you see the community leveling itself out?
In what sense?
And just in the sense of like, if it's not like we were saying, like if it's not a 1, if it's not, an SB dunk or what's the shoe now that everybody wants? The 1s or the 4s, I guess. But can we even consider the 4s being one of like the exclusive? Right now, I would say like the 1s and the 4s and the SB dunks. Like if it's not one of those, then it doesn't matter. Most people don't care.
Yeah.
As before, where we'd have anything really, as long like there was a market for any of it. Whereas now we don't see a market being for everybody. It's just kind of like, well, if it's not a 1, I don't want it. Even if I do like 6s, I don't want it, kind of thing. Do you ever see like the community itself leveling itself back out to where, like how we would have it, where it's just like, and even if it means like everything sells out, but just like in the sense of like there are not 17 shoes that released in the last month that are still sitting at Foot Locker on sale, but only one release out of 20 is getting.
I don't see it getting back to that. And the only way I would really see it happening is if these bigger companies start seeing a loss, like a big loss, like in their quarterly. Because ultimately they're the ones pumping out all these shoes and whatever, and it's how it affects them. But I don't see it going back to like us getting 2, 3, 4 retros a month or every other month, and it's like an 8, a 5, a fucking a 13 or whatever. I don't think we're going back to that. I think right now, at least the last couple of years, sneakers has been dictated by waves of like trends.
Yeah.
So like Nike SB, obviously all the retros right now. Air Jordan 1 is, you know, very, very heavy. And it's only going to get heavier because now they're going to have essentially 2 different models of the Air Jordan 1 retroing at the same time. So you're going to have the regular Air Jordan 1 high, and then you're going to have the 85. And they've done this before. I don't know if you remember, a few years back, they had 2 different Air Jordan 1 retro highs. So they still had the Nike Air branded one, and they still had the Jordan branded one. And you even if you put those 2 side by side, the molds are slightly different, which is kind of weird to me. And then when Nike was on that Air Jordan 1 Nike Air branded one, there was also the remastered in that same timeline, so it was kind of like 3 different Air
They were overlapping each other.
So now we're gonna have one more, which is like the 85 retro.
So they're basically just pumping ones out every, like, what now looks like every other week.
Well, I mean,
that's what it feels like.
I mean, I'm sure on paper it's probably what it is. Because there's mids, there's highs, there's lows. So there's probably on average maybe one a week.
But you're talking about like ones that like are hyped wise. Like they're like
we're
one a
now
dozen.
A whole nother model. Which I'm excited for. I really like it. The first one we got was a reverse bread this past weekend.
What, the Return of the King?
Yeah. I didn't really like that colorway. I'm not gonna lie.
It's too much red.
Yeah,
my favorite color is red, but it's too much red.
My cousin really, really likes it. But I was like, nah, bro, I'm okay. I'm okay. He's like, bro, they're just like breads. I was like, but I have breads, bro, and those are breads. Like, this isn't bread.
I can't wait to see what 2020 holds, and that's the one of those things where it's like a lot of it's about to be.
I'd like to get more metallic Jordan 1 retros. So like, if for our viewers, you know, in '85 there was a plethora of the Air Jordan 1 is probably the most mythical shoe of all time. Even in '85, you couldn't. People were still trying to put together all the original colorways that came out back then. Like, there was so many samples and rumors and things that, you know, only people in China ever saw, and things that only people in North America ever saw. Like, the sneaker culture back then with no internet was wild, bro. To figure out what was true and what wasn't, just reading about all that blew my mind. But in '85, they had a lot of white metallic colorways. So the base shoe was white. The swoosh and the ankle were metallic. So they had like orange, purple, green, blue, gray. They had a shit ton, and they've only retroed the blue and the red. They made a green one. Oh yeah, no, the green was also original, and a purple, green, red. Yeah, blue. I'd like to see some of those come back.
Okay.
That would be nice. But everything else we've had already. There's a few like sample colorways, like the Laker ones is actually a sample from '85.
Oh, for real?
Like, there's a 1985 Air Jordan 1 that's in Lakers colorway that is a sample. The black and gold, the most freaking like legendary folk Air Jordan colorway that did or did not exist. There's one in it. In '85, there was actually 3 different variants, and like one on a magazine, one in a magazine, and like it just I can go off for days. Bro.
Oh, bro, you're the one extraordinaire because I was not a ones fan, and I'm slowly but surely thinking.
You're thinking of the first cop.
Thinking.
Your first J1 cop.
I'm just saying there might be I might pop out for your birthday with some ones. I may not.
Okay.
But I'm just saying it's a possibility.
All right. What do y'all think he got? Chris looks like I mean, I think the obvious choice is a bread one, but I don't know. It's gonna be one of the red colorways for sure.
No.
Pine greens.
So
it is the pine greens.
Weekly release.
Look at that. Look at
weekly
that.
release.
Got him.
Weekly releases.
Talk to me nice.
Weekly releases. I honestly thought that you were gonna. That was gonna be the first choice that you were gonna go.
Pine greens.
Yeah.
I like those, man.
Weekly releases.
All-Star Weekend release.
All-Star Weekend edition.
Take my wallet now.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I there's a lot, but I narrowed it down to some of the ones I think are gonna have the biggest sell. Mm-hmm. One of them I don't think, honestly, but we'll see. I hope it surprises me. But let's get into weekly releases. Gas or pass. I want to kind of have this where we keep it like a quick gas or pass, of course, and then give a quick explanation if you think it's going to sell out or if it's going to sit on the shelves. All right. Okay? All right. So we're going to start with February 12th. So by the time this comes out, I'm pretty sure these have already released. So I'm going through the week. Yeah, I'm going through the week of this coming week up till the end of All-Star Weekend. February 12th, the Air Jordan 10 Wings.
Oh, I saw that colorway. That's a pass.
That's a pass?
Yeah.
I also say pass. I think that they will sit. Yeah, I think Champs will be the first to put them on sale.
Yeah, Champs has been on it lately.
Oh man,
Champs has been quick on a sale turnaround.
Hit that real 190 sale real quick. So we both agree pass on the 12s. On the 10, sorry. February 14th, Kyrie 6 trophies.
Oh,
the all red ones.
Yeah, the all red joints. I think I'm gonna say gas, just because of the two options. It's not a pass for me.
Okay.
But it's not like the real gas.
Yeah.
It's just not a pass.
Okay. I will say gas. I think they're gonna sell out. Mm-hmm. I think just looking at them, of course they're gonna sell out. Just based off of
the red and the gold.
The red and the gold always. I think that that combination always makes a shoe look really good. And from the pictures I've seen, they've done really well with it. It's going to be gone. I see a lot. I see them not making it to the weekend.
I'm gonna definitely try and scoop a pair.
Okay. We know Jeremy's gonna probably get a pair.
Yeah.
I want to see the Unlaced with
Jeremy's
Live.
Been on it.
Yo, the Unlaced with Live is. I like that.
He's been on it.
Yeah.
Bro. His Kyrie 6 game is
He's
ridiculous.
going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Next on the list, February 14th as well.
Government money, bro.
Man, Nike Zoom Freak Ones. Giannis Antetokounmpo, his first signature shoe. He's coming out with the Employee of the Month.
Yep. From
Coming of America.
Yep.
Was that a bike?
Yeah, that was definitely a bike,
okay.
but also sounded like a T-Rex.
I thought there was something playing on the computer or something like that. I was trying to make sure. I was like, wait, is there something playing on? Okay. Sorry. Nike Freak Zoom Ones. The Employee of the Month.
That's a pass, Your Honor.
That's a pass.
That one is a pass.
I want to say.
I'm a little biased though. I'm not a big fan on the model itself.
No.
I am and I'm not. It's weird. Like. It's just.
I like them. They're too low for me. I think.
The only other Nike signature model that I like less than that is the Paul George 4.
Okay, I can see that.
We're on 4, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
That's the Paul George 4 just looks like a piece of like styrofoam. Like, you know how styrofoam you can just cut really quick? It literally just looked like a piece of styrofoam. They came out the blocks hot and then just said, fuck it. Yeah.
Like, they just seems like they went like, they started off really fast and then was just like, what are we doing this for? Like, what's the point?
Who's Paul George?
Who cares anymore? Which sucks because they were really good shoes. Like they were really dope shoes. And I loved because I love the fact that they made an emphasis on every PlayStation. Every year they would do a PlayStation release for them, which I thought was dope. I would love to see the PlayStation 5 released for the Paul George. Well, I can't wait to see what that looks. PlayStation press or Sony conference some point this week. Well, no, I think they're announcing the release.
Boo-boo.
How dare you? But anyways, I say pass because I don't like the I understand I like the pattern because of like the vest and everything like that, but I don't it's just it looks bland to me for some reason. Like it looks like throw up.
It's the shoe itself, bro. I think the shoe itself is what makes it look bland. Is
it because there's not enough real estate to like?
Yeah, it's like the color placements. You can only do so much because the shoe itself, once you get to like that mid and the forefoot, it's just empty.
And then so it's like you only can do the other colors you can do is on the swoosh or in the side. Yeah. I don't.
It's like it's more like maybe like 3/5 of the rest of the shoe is just blank.
Yeah. It's just, and so I'm not like I don't think I like the pattern itself. I like I like the pattern, but like I think there's not enough real estate for it to kind of like balance itself out. So now it's a shoe that just has a whole vest pattern on it, which is not the best for me. So I think we both agree that these are going to sell out though. These are going to sell out.
The Giannis?
Yeah.
I hope they do, so I don't have to
Player of the month coming to America. You don't think that they would?
Nah, I mean, how have his shoes been doing?
I know they've been doing well, but I do see them still sit on shelves. I've seen the MVP ones, the alphabet soup, but the MVP ones. So I've seen them pop up.
Yeah, I don't think that shoe's selling out, bro.
Okay, I think it will sell out. I think, because he did a pop up but it was a which I like the other coming into America model he did for it, because remember he did the pop up with the little
one.
There's two, so it's this one with the little the vest pattern, like the McDowell vest pattern, and then he has the all black ones. Remember the black ones with the gold swoosh, and remember he did the pop up in New York with them.
Jesus Christ, dude!
It was like they had like the little leopard or was it cheetah print or whatever.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's way better.
That one's way better.
But what is the influence on this one?
That one is just the like from his like Africa, basically, like Africa.
His first outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so this one is supposed to be the Employee of the Month one, where he does from like McDowell's and stuff. Yeah. So I like those were dope.
Yeah, this one says coming to America on the tongue.
And so this one I don't know. I think would do the same because it's supposed to be in the same realm, I guess. But yeah, so you say they're gonna sit.
I say they're gonna sit.
Okay.
That's a pass for me.
Okay, yeah. I'll say pass for me as well. That Saturday, dunk contest, 3-point contest day. Air Jordan 3 red cement.
I mean, I already passed on them once, so I'll pass on them again. But I do see them selling out. It's not that I don't like the shoe. Mm-hmm. I just don't have time for that shoe right now. Like,
you don't have time for that shoe?
Like, I got other shoes I want to buy first, and then somewhere down the line, maybe on sale or something, I'll catch that shoe.
Get picked last on the playground. That's crazy. I would say gas. I do also think that they will sell, just based off of the fact that they are red cements and people want to find anything that can replace an exclusive. And I feel like this is that one for them, where it's like, okay, well, if I can't get what was it?
PB3.
Yeah, like if I can't get that, then I'm gonna was it Eminem? Was he anyone that had the who had the red cement? There was a sample red cement.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, another one.
If you can't get that, then I'll get the general. Yeah, why not? He's not gonna gift it to me, so I'll just pay my $200 for it. Yeah.
The best threes. There you go.
Yeah. So because they have to We the Best on the back.
I want to see that actually.
So I think they're gonna sell out. Of course, I do see a lot of customizers doing the We the Best on the back just to show their talent.
The custom game is nice, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see them painting these to be the best threes.
You're gonna see at least.
Oh, they're 20K, bro. The We the Best threes.
20K.
Yeah, let's see what Flight Club has them at. 10K. They have a size 12 for 10K.
And so then the midsole is what? And then the white is on the white cement, right? I'm on the red cement, right? Yeah. So, okay, we both. You say pass, you're blast on the playground. I say gas. Okay. Another Air Jordan 5 off-white. The Swiss cheese.
Here, everyone here who does not want that shoe, sign up for it. 10.5. Ship it to me. I'll buy you lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever you want. I'll buy you all three in one day if you want that. Like,
you want that shoe?
I want that shoe. I want that shoe, bro. Come on. Give me this shoe.
I don't understand you. That shoe is ugly.
Well, it's the Air Jordan 5.
Yeah, I get that. But like, I thought that you would say no because of the fact that they literally put shotgun holes in that shoe. Like, I thought that you, of all people, would be like, how dare you disrespect my shoe.
Don't get me wrong. That's my least liked feature of that shoe is the shotgun holes in it. But it's the Air Jordan 5, and it just...
But I thought why would they do that?
It just, if I'm going to own an off-white shoe, it can be the AJ5 because that's my favorite model.
I say pass. They're going to sell, of course. They're off-white, of course. I did not believe that this shoe was going to make it to this point because I thought that this was a rule. I thought it was something that was going to be like, yeah, this is what the back factories are showing that the off-white is going to be, and it ended up not being that. That's what I was hoping for. And it got closer and closer, and it kept still. And people are wearing like highlighter green socks with them, and you're seeing highlighter green in the whole. And I'm like, this shoe is ugly.
I thought the hole was. It's not. The hole isn't there. There's still plastic there, and people are cutting out the plastic to see the hole through.
I don't know. I think I know there's plastic, but I don't know the details of what the hole is supposed to be. If it's actually like a hole, because from all the pictures I'm seeing is like all the people are showing pictures of like the shoe, and you're seeing directly through. Isn't like tinted, right? Like a little. Oh yeah, like the little. Yeah.
It's like a mesh.
Yeah. And so from what I've noticed, a lot of people are punching holes.
Fire, bro. Man.
That is, like, it looks like a faded metallic.
That's what I like about it.
And then, but it's like it's acid washed or something like that.
Oh shit! I just realized the 23 is backwards on this shoe.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh what?
Well,
bro, it's a dope shoe.
Shout out to Off-White for ruining another dope model. But yeah,
I really like the piss yellow soles too.
Yeah. I like it. It gives character, but the shoe itself is like, I can't do that. I can't do that with the holes on the tongue. Like, nah. Can't do it.
I'd like to hear what his logic and reasoning behind those holes is.
You think we'll get one soon?
I don't think anyone is willing to ask him. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna. Okay, so Mr. Virgil.
Nobody's gonna be brave enough. They should. They should if he's brave enough to say that the streetwear culture is gonna die at some point in the next couple of years, which he's bugging.
What are the holes for, sir? And what function do they serve?
Breathable for athlete's foot.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. So that's gas for sure, and it's sellout. Yeah. And right now they're currently $1,500 on StockX. Mm-hmm. I see resale leveling out to like 1,000.
Okay. Yeah, I see it too. I don't see it getting that high just because of, of all of them. I think that's probably not the best one.
Well, the Air Jordan 1 is like at $3K now. Sheesh. Yeah, that one is ever climbing.
That's a Jordan 1. Next, huh? What else do we have? Next on the list, same day, KD 12s, the Don C collab.
KD 12 with a Don C collab?
Yeah.
What the F?
It's like the Don C collab 12.
Let's see this.
It's like it's literally like what blue,
Oh, the blue one.
Yeah.
Ew, with the Chicago colors.
Mm-hmm. Supposed to be like the state flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass.
They're 200. The last sale was 200.
Yeah, that's the last sale. Well, actually, no, there hasn't been any sales.
Oh.
Yet. Yeah.
That's funny. I will say pass. Yeah, pass. I'm all, like any KD at this point. I'm pass hard.
What about the Don C Air Force 1?
I seen those. I was gonna add those. So I was gonna add that to the list because I was gonna have you do the back end of that one because I just had seen it. I like it. I'm gonna say gas. If I ever got them, I probably would never wear them just because for some reason.
Twinkle 12s when you wear them.
Yeah, like that would be something that just
Buttercup real quick. What up, Bubbles?
Bubbles. What up, Bubbles? Those would be something that I would put like for a Halloween costume, like that. Like you got to put those out for a specific Halloween costume. Okay. But no, I would say gas. Yeah, of course those are gonna sell out like hotcakes.
I really like that model.
Yeah,
it's not much of a difference between a AF1 high.
Yeah.
I know it's a fusion almost of the 3 Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
Or 1, 2, and 3.
What's it say on the tongue? I never got the chance to look at the tongue.
I think the tongue has the Air Force, like the Air. It's spelled with the long letters, so it has the long.
Okay.
Long O and the long R.
Okay, and like that little red. Yeah.
I think that's from the Air Force 3. I'm not too sure, but I really, really like the model. I like
it looks really dope.
His first release with the all white color. Yeah, I think it'll sell out. It's a gas for me.
I saw him at Complex Con, and I wanted to go up and shake his hand, but as I started to turn to walk to him, because I noticed him because he was kind of just standing there. Because I'm gonna say like this: everybody at Complex Con is dope. I'm gonna say for the most part, besides Lil Yachty, and I don't mean this in a rude way, but Lil Yachty had like 4 security guards around him walking through for absolutely no reason. But everybody else that you saw there was just chilling. Like he was just chilling at one of the booths. Like he was, you could tell he was kind of like making his way through. It's like that, and he's not somebody that you recognize off top, but you can recognize style. Yeah. And I noticed when I looked, I was like, he looks familiar. And then he turns, I'm like, oh shit, that's not C. And I was gonna go and say hi to him and shake his hand, but as I started walking towards him, some kid walks up to him, and you could when you could tell somebody's like, I thought this was gonna be a shorter encounter and it ends up being a long encounter. The kid walks up to him, talks to him, it's like, oh yeah, like giving him props or whatever, and you could tell he's kind of just hanging out with his boys. Because for me, I don't want to be that kid. Like I don't want to be the person that walks up with somebody and tries to take up all their time. So I'm just like, hey, love your work. All right, I'm out. He comes up, hey, what's up? And, wants to take a picture. And then they take a picture. And then he's still talking to him. You kind of see he's kind of like, all right. Trying to go. Trying to walk around now.
Friends died.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he was by himself. Yeah, he came up by himself. I didn't see anybody around him. So it was kind of like, you could just tell that he was kind of like Don was just like, I thought this was going to be a, hey, what's up? Cool. Because he shook dude's head. You could tell he was engaged in the conversation, but you could tell when like the conversation got a little too long-winded for him, and he was like, "All right, like, I'm just trying to go around the shop, like, get away from me." But I saw him; he was really cool. I saw a couple other people. I saw Skate there. All them. I was gonna go shake their hand, but by the time I walked up to try to go, him and fuck, he was with somebody else. Oh, him and his girl, they were there, and then and then there was somebody else there with them. I can't remember his name, like off the top of my head. Hugh Hefner? Hugh Hefner. No. Damn it. I don't want to. The only way I can carry the white dude, the white bearded dude. It's I Love Swoosh or something like that.
Oh yeah. You're talking about. I don't know his thing.
I forgot his name, but yeah, they were there, and so I was going to say hi, but then like you could tell that they were like doing something, or they were going somewhere. So I was like, fuck it, like. But I wanted to like say hi and at least introduce myself. But yeah, anyways, that's neither here or there. Next, last on the list, February, still Saturday. The Jordan Why Not .3.
Is that .3?
.3 LA Born.
Oh,
I don't understand the numbers on the Why Not.
.3 looks like the .2. It really does.
Yeah, I don't understand the. I don't know what changes. Okay, I shouldn't say I don't. I haven't looked into the changes, so I don't know what they are. I don't think I really care because they look pretty much the same.
I gotta pull this one up.
But the LA Borns, Westbrook shoe, I think they look 0.3 LA Born. I like them. They look dope to me.
It's the black one, right?
No. They're like multicolored.
This one?
Nope.
That one?
Yeah. Like I like them. I'm wondering.
I hear it's a great shoe.
I hear it's a great basketball shoe.
Yeah, I hear it's. Ooh, I like this shoe.
I've seen a couple people walk around in them, and I like from what I've seen style wise, I like the way people are.
I like the 2 more. Looking at this 3, this 3 looks on the top end, like ankle support wise. Yeah, it looks a bit flimsy.
It looks like they made more jags at the midsole.
Yeah. So it looks more aggressive, but I don't know if it's aggressive in the right direction.
Yeah.
Like it just looks like a whole lot going on right now in this shoe, and I don't know.
Well, I think they're that like this is the first time I've seen a Jordan like geared towards somebody's like capability and like personality. Because Russell Westbrook is somebody that he has a lot going on. He does a lot, and so like even just in fashion, and it's the first time I've seen them like actually geared towards like your colorways are going to be just like your personality and just like your fashion, where it's like all over the place. And I kind of applaud them for that, which makes me also ask the question, what are all the other Jordan brand players doing? Is it something that they're just not, that's not their thing? And
well, they don't really have anyone that has a signature model anymore. They dropped Carmelo like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler left. Or is leaving. He never
had a signature.
But he's leaving. I'm pretty sure if he stayed, they probably would have had to give him one.
Jason Tatum, but he doesn't have a signature.
Blake Griffin.
CP3 still has his, I guess.
Yeah, but he never like they still never like hit. They never like geared towards his personality. It just kind of always was just like, we'll give you a bunch of colorways for your team. Most of his dope ones were not even his shoe. They were 11s or sample 11s or something that he did for an event or something like that. So it was just like Russell Westbrook's the only one that has no shoe and is actually like it. You see the shoe kind of like mimic who he is as a person. And I wonder, is that something that Russell Westbrook pushed on, or is it something that Jordan Brand was like, we're open to doing?
Just with Westbrook, it was a selling point. Not all athletes have that attitude or that persona that sells itself. Yeah. And Westbrook has it. Yeah. So to be able to incorporate the shit about him, whether like his personality, his influences, his likes, it's a lot easier to do and a lot easier to sell as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do that for like Jimmy Butler, you're not he's not as personable. Like you're not gonna you're not going to want to be like him for outside of the way he plays. And if you don't have that, then
nobody's shooting the J like Butler. Damn.
Yeah, so you should. Yeah, exactly.
That sucks.
Westbrook's just outspoken, so it's very easy to tie a look or create a look off of being outspoken. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah. That makes total sense. So I said pass, but I do think these are going to sell. I don't think they're going to sell out, but I do know that they will sell.
I'll pass. I'll pass just because I wouldn't buy it. So pass through.
Yeah, I only pass just because I know I'm not going to buy them, but I still want a pair of his shoes. Like I still say I want a pair, but these I would probably pass on. But I do think they will sell.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right.
The twos they sold.
Mm-hmm. They did really well. Too.
Yeah, so I think that these will sell, especially All-Star Weekend. Mm-hmm. I see them doing well. Hopefully, we get more.
Derrick Rose is getting a retro.
Yeah.
A retro 1, D-Rose 1.
Yeah. He's doing a meet and greet too, so I think that's probably
in Chicago.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I think he's gonna.
Good for him, man. He's been balling out in Detroit.
I still hate
his value is on the come up.
His value's on the come up, and I hate the fact that I didn't get a chance to do his meet and greet. I went, and
which one?
Back when the All-Star game was in LA, when he was still with us as a Bull. That was like.
Damn, so that was like what, 5 years ago?
It was like 2011, 12.
He's been hooping for that long.
Yeah, when was that All-Star game? Because I feel like I have a terrible sense of time. I
don't recall, bro.
I can't remember, but it was a while ago. But yeah, he did it at the Culver City Mall, I believe, and he comes in. And they have it roped off, and so people that bought the shoe could go in and get it signed, and you could shake his hand and stuff like that. He comes in, says what up to the people because there's so many people that are not there to even get anything. They just want to see Derrick Rose, and I'm in line trying to get I wanted to get a shirt, and then I was gonna see if I could get the line just based off of the shirt. Comes in, starts shaking all the people's hands that weren't in line, because he's just showing love to everybody that came, and crowd starts pushing closer, trying and because there's a lot of girls there, and they're trying to hug him. It's like that to the point where they shut down the meet and greet. He has to leave because they had us all packed in this Foot Locker. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. So the Foot Locker, and so then they had it roped off, and they had him come in the front. They shut down half the mall because he had to come through that side. So he comes in, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Derrick Rose!" Mm-hmm. And he's shaking and shaking people's hands, and then he's making his way because they have a table, and the table is where kind of separates the group from the line, and so we're kind of just standing next to the group, and the line is kind of starting. He goes to the group and starts kind of giving people handshakes, and people start getting closer and closer to a point where they're grabbing him, and so then security grabs him. Pulls him back. No more meet and greet. Or shut down. Or everybody leave. That was it. He was there for probably 5 minutes. So, didn't get a chance, actually. I was close enough to where I saw him. I could see the sparkle in his eyes. Mm-hmm. And then, that was it. Yeah. A lot taller than I thought he was.
Oh, Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
How tall is he again?
6'3"? 6'2"?
Is he really?
Yeah, he's not that tall, but he is tall.
That's fairly short for
league wise, yeah. But he was, but for I'm 5'10", so I didn't because when you see somebody like that on the court, you assume because everybody else towers over him in a sense, you would think that he's kind of tall. I was like, oh, Yeah, some height to him.
Derrick Rose is a dude, man. Yeah. I love him right now in Detroit.
Yeah, I want him to come back to Chicago.
Psych?
It's not gonna happen. Not with our management. They suck. But yeah, so those are all the releases. We will go through those. Hopefully, everybody that is looking to get any of those releases, you get them. If you miss, well, don't know what to tell you about that.
You're more than welcome to come on the show.
Yeah,
let us know about your L's because
that's please complain. I love hearing people complain about the L's that they got. But yeah, so that I think that we have to wrap up because that we have been going for a long ass time. This is episode 1 of season 2.
I guess I have an update to drop.
Oh no, I was about to segue right into you for you to get your updates.
Are we like? Will it play straight through, or will we be able to edit this outro?
Yeah, we can if you want.
Standalone.
How you want this? Whatever, how you want this? You tell me how you want this to play out.
There's a brand, you know, that is attached to the tube, to the YouTube.
Yep.
And life has been rough.
Let me stop you right there real quick. Let me stop you real quick.
Talk to me now.
Because I talked to Coral. Coral has a raffle, as you know.
Oh, true.
I asked him if it was okay if we talked about it. He said yes, that is fine. So
because I'm in the raffle.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I need y'all to get in there so we can get it going.
Okay, so Soul Nation.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead, do it there.
As you do this, as it goes live, as it gets added, I'm gonna put it on my story, so then I can post it, you know, and get more traction for it.
Yeah. So.
All right. So as we were doing this recording, we got a live update.
Yeah. So Soul Nation is doing a raffle. It's for the Off-White Nike Dunk. Red, size 11. 30 spaces. I don't know how many spaces they have now at this point. But when it was up, there was 30 spaces left. You're on the raffle, correct? I asked Coral if it was okay to talk about this and push this. He said yes. He is doing this raffle with Soul Nation now for certain releases, as long as there's participants part of it. So if you are looking to get the Nike Off-White Dunk Red size 11, $20 to enter the raffle. There are limited spaces to do the raffle, so you should get in there now. When does the raffle end?
I guess when it gets filled.
Oh, guess when it gets filled. So each person will be able to purchase 2 tickets. So that's, you can only get up to two tickets for the raffle. $20 a piece. Go support Coral. He is a friend of the show. He's a friend of us just in general.
Alrighty then. See, then my timeline does this.
See,
and then you just got
I would like to see more of those. I asked him if he's going to be doing more. He said yes, as long as there's participation.
Give me those 5s.
Which one? The Off-Whites?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if you are looking to enter some raffles for some dope shoes, Soul Nation, Soul SOLE _Nation. They will have all the information there, as well as Coral. I'll give you his CORRAL _40. The numbers 40. Check it out. Get all the information into the raffle. All that stuff. Sorry, finish. Go ahead. Thank you, Coral, as well. I hope to see more raffles and get you on the show.
Just in case.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead. Brand has been rough.
Brand wise, yo. So like, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Of course, we've been busy with the brand and in determining, our designs and our garments and our pieces and what we want to do and how many of this and that and yada yada. But man, like personally, the time that I had for Unlaced, it's still there, but it's in increments.
Yeah.
Like I no longer can give it 2-3 hours a day,
Yeah.
I'm giving it 10-15 minutes in between whatever I'm doing, in between phone calls with Juan and them and the designers and everyone on the team. So like we've done as much as expand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we have now Eddie Fuentes.
Yep.
And then we have Kevin.
Yep.
Who are helping me with our collab tee, I guess.
Yeah.
But with like the main release, one deadline was set and we didn't make it. Another one was set, we didn't make it. So, you know, fingers crossed, all goes well. We have new merch on us by the end of this month. You know, ready to go, ready to sell, ready to drop.
Okay.
I was a little.
See that? Oh yeah, y'all can see that.
I was a little in a rush. So
do it for state.
Don't even go here. But yeah, man, I just really wish that I could bring people with me on that journey. And like be 100% transparent and show the struggle and show like the shit that doesn't work out and like the people you end up talking to get something going, and then it gets going, and then it, you know, you no longer want to go in that direction, so you feel like you waste that time and that effort. It's just, you know, X amount of months in, it's a lot more fast paced.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fast paced because you have to meet demand. You know, you have to be consistent and always want to be current, and we're trying.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying, and I'm really excited for this year to really look at the brand as a whole, from where we were at the beginning of the year to where we end up at the end of this year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. But just bear with us, you know. We are trying. I think we're really gonna enjoy what we drop. You know, we're working on a new website, which I gotta connect more with you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, new site, new domain, which is exciting because we didn't have one before.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a very good holistic approach to just being a brand now.
Yeah.
You know? So that'll be dope. That'll be really, really
Yeah.
dope.
2020 is...
What up?
2020 is going to be really special for us. Like Gabe said, yeah, we are coming to you guys in February. You know, we have a lot of things going on, and respectively in each of our lives that we're doing. I'm in a transition of trying to be out here more, really, and I like that honestly, because I'm
overdue for a Phoenix trip.
Yeah, because I am back in Phoenix, so we are working on trying to figure out the way to balance this.
We need a Phoenix guest if anyone has one.
Hey, I've one.
We need more than one.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to come out.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things where we're trying to kind of get everything back online, because it was a lot easier when I was out here, and when you didn't have school and all those different things going on. So it's kind of it was kind of easier for us to come to you guys weekly and a lot sooner when things were announced. Whereas now it's a little bit, we have a lot of stuff going on, which of course we understood. Doing this, more things were going to have to be done and added to our plate, creating this and getting you guys this content, as well as getting all you the merch and everything like that. But I think this is the first step in doing that, which is getting behind the microphones and talking to you guys. So like Gabe said, we are doing, we do have, we're all working on a domain. We're working on a website. The merch itself, from what I've, what I know, is going to look great.
Very early stages that Chris has seen, by the way.
So it's a lot. We are working. Trust us when I say that. We are going to figure this out. We have a lot to look forward to. Looking back at last year, it's kind of insane how many things that we actually did, and
Dude,
the people that we met.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, like it's amazing that all happened in 1 year, off of us kind of just
waking up and doing it.
Yeah, making in the moment, like we're on the phone with each other, like, hey, we should do this. This might be a better way of doing this, or we should try this more often. It's like that. And so trying to take all those things that we've done in the past and trying to make them all precise for this year, I think is going to make this a bigger year for us. 2020 is going to be crazy. As you notice, I'm like with the topics alone, I'm trying to keep them precise and kind of like sectioned off, because I do want to be able to give, so you guys can be able to see more of what we're talking about, because I know that we kind of sit here and just go. Yeah. And so I want to see if we can start giving you guys kind of sections and pieces of what we're talking about with having the whole episode. Like, we encourage that you watch the whole episode, because there's a lot that we talk about, a lot of opinions, and just kind of a lot of things that we have opinions on. But I do definitely want to give you guys those pieces of what the episode is about and what we came in here to talk about. So look forward to that. So there will be the episode as well as clips of certain things that we talked about, of course. Yeah. And so I'm just looking forward to this year. We have a lot coming. We will be giving you guys updates as they come along. But while that happens, all we can honestly really do right now is ask you guys to follow, like, subscribe, comment. Please give us all the feedback that you can. The people that do give us feedback, we listen. If I see it, I relate it to Gabe. If Gabe sees it, he relays it back to me. So we see it and we make steps in seeing what we can do and what is possible with what we're doing. We are still working with Lace 'em Up. We're still doing that stuff, so you will see content for that coming as well. A lot of ideas coming, a lot of plans coming for that. So just keep events. Yeah, exactly. Please, please keep following us. Please keep encouraging us and supporting us on everything that we're doing, because we are definitely trying. When we say we're trying, we are definitely trying. So again, follow us. Yeah, follow us if you want to follow us personally. C_ADDI3, Ciati.
And I'm _GVBE. Very simple.
Exactly. If you want to follow the podcast and the merch, it's Unlaced X Podcast for IG, and for the merch, it's
we are Unlaced X Threads.
Yep.
As well.
Pretty straightforward. Follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube at Unlaced. We also have a Twitch, which I'm going to literally this whole week, I'm going to try to figure out something with the Twitch, because I do like the Twitch, but I changed it up this week just because we were getting our first episode of season 2, and it was a lot easier to do the YouTube, and we have not posted much to YouTube, so I want to make sure that you guys are getting that content, because I have neglected you guys, and I apologize. That is on me. You guys will be getting this episode when you guys see this episode. You're welcome. Is there any other place that they can follow us? If I'm not mistaken, go to the website. The website, the Unlaced Threads at Big Cartel. Please go to that. We still have a lot of merch on there. Gabe can kind of speak more to what we have available.
Barely. We have a few of. We have basically everything of our last drop there still, but in like scarce sizes. One shirt we have like a size left. Another shirt we might have like 2. Off the top of my head, I know that I think the most that we have for any size currently on there is 2 of whatever it is. Yeah. So everything is literally down to the last T or 2 of that size.
Yeah. So make sure you grab that. We highly appreciate it. Gabe is working hard, and the team itself is working really hard on getting more merch. Can't wait to see.
It's taxes season, so you know.
Can't wait to see. You see what you guys think of what's coming. The podcast itself, it's kind of straightforward. We're gonna I'm trying to make it more precise for you guys. The format itself is pretty much gonna stay the same, but I want to, like I said, I want to make sure that the topics are being hit and are being a little bit more precise, and the discussions are a little bit more bigger. This episode was a little bit because of the fact that we've had so much time, and the passing of Kobe and all the people in the helicopter kind of come at a surprise. It kind of took over anything else I wanted to talk about, because I really wanted to talk about the price increase, because that is some sucker shit. But I felt like it was, appropriate to talk about that as of now. There are a lot of things I want to talk about in the future that we will get to. If there's anything that you guys want to hear us talk about or want to hear our opinion on, please let us know. I usually see a lot of stuff that I just don't comment on. Gabe is the same way. If there's anything that you want to see us talk about, shoes, culture-wise, anything like that, just comment and say, hey, what do you guys think of this? And we will put it on the show and, make sure that we talk about it and give you guys our thoughts and opinions. With that all being said, I believe we've gotten through everything we need to talk about. Thank you, D-Nyce, for stopping by.
D-Nyce.
Dupree was supposed to be on the show with him. We had some scheduling issues with that, but we are going to get both of them back on so that you guys can kind of sit, because I felt this was kind of rushed with them when we were talking. I've already talked to him. We're going to have them back on the show. We will, of course, let you guys know that. But shout out to D-Nyce for stopping by. I know he has a busy schedule being, a multi-platinum producer and all that, like we're not all multi-platinum producers. But thank you for that. It was really dope for him to stop by and really extend. I honestly, I give that credit to Dupree, because I met him at the event and he was the one that introduced me. And Dupree is really into shoes. We were talking about shoes while beats were playing, and literally yelling to each other's ear while we're talking, while they're blasting speakers. But I can't wait to have you have them both on so we can kind of have a full sit down. It's like that. But thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you to everybody that watched. We are ingratiated to you guys. Please keep supporting. We will be back and be better than ever. Hopefully. Can we regress one episode?
I think you were going really strong on your outro, and then better than ever. That was that.
We could regress the next week. We could just kind of bring it back.
Nah, man, we don't use those words here. All right, so
okay.
Just
better than ever.
Ride out on your high horse, Chris. Don't fall flat
We're gonna be better than ever.
Don't fall flat.
Better.
Ride it out.
Ariana Grande deserved a Grammy. Just saying.
Well, we're at the Oscars today, so I hope my boy Joker wins. I don't know.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Actually, I don't know, man.
He's gonna win.
I don't know.
Politics. He's gonna win. We figured it out. All award shows are rigged. Of course, it's gonna win.
We know
of
this.
Of course, they're gonna win. Game of Thrones is gonna get 17. Wait, would they count this calendar year?
I don't think so.
When did the last... The Game of Thrones came out last year, right?
I don't really remember, to be honest.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, so they're going to get
I don't really
17 awards. Joker's going to get it.
I wonder if...
Endgame is going to get a couple.
Endgame is going to win any...
Of course, they're going to get a couple.
It's kind of a weird genre that's in the mix.
It's going to be a lot of... fiction? A lot of fiction.
Ride out the high horse.
We'll see.
Do it, bro.
Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, Ariana Grande. I love you.
And that's been the podcast. Thank you for joining Unlaced Podcast. I am your host, Chris. My other host, Gabe. And we will see you next time. Thank you.
See y'all next time. Deuces.